Hey everyone, Josh here with a look at another Star Wars toy. And today we're going to do a toy unboxing video. Today we're going to unbox a 6-inch Black Series. This is Lando Calrissian from the new Solo movie. So let's take this guy over to the toy studio and set him free. Come on, let's go. Alright everyone, here we are today with a 6-inch Black Series Lando Calrissian figure, and this figure is from the new Solo, a Star Wars story movie. Alright, that was a mouthful. Alright, so this is from the most recent series of Black Series figures. And of course you can see this is the new Lando Calrissian. And let's unbox this guy. But before we go that far, I just want to quickly spin the packaging around, let you guys take a look at it before we destroy it. And if you're familiar with Black Series figures, you know each one of them is numbered, and Lando Calrissian is number 65 in the series. And then, of course, when you get to the back of the packaging, what you have is a nice picture of Mr. Glover and a description of Lando Calrissian, and I'll quickly read that to you guys. Lando Calrissian, smooth and sophisticated, Captain Lando Calrissian stands ready to retire from the life of a smuggler and instead become a full-time gambler, or sportsman as he calls it, shuffling from card game to card game across the galaxy. And so there you have it. That is going to be what Lando is up to in the new Solo movie. He wants to retire from being a smuggler and be a full-time gambler. So let's unbox this guy. Let's get into this thing. I want to check out the brand new Lando Calrissian. Alright, and I don't know about you guys, but from some of the promotional material being released from the new Solo movie, I am really excited about it. I think it looks really great. I know it's just a trailer, that's all we have so far, but I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up on that one. But here we go. Here is Lando Calrissian's blaster, and it almost looks chrome. It's very bright silvery. Very nice, and we'll check that out, how he holds it here in a little bit. And let's get him out of here. Come on, guy. Okay. Very good. And I gotta admit, I already really love the way they dressed Lando for these new movies. I think it looks great. At least this outfit. I'm sure he has more than one in the movie. And you can see he's got a black cape and a black and white scarf and yellow shirt and black pants. And it does appear off the get-go that the cape is removable. So let's check that out. Oh, very cool. Two-tone. So it has a... Let me put him to the side real quick. It has a blue lining to it and a high collar. Very Lando Calrissian. Almost reminds me of the color blue that he wore on his shirt in Empire Strikes Back. But it's just flexible plastic. No way to clip it on the figure or anything. It looks like it just rests on his shoulder. So there we go. And looking at Lando, there he is. And you can see the scarf. It actually appears to be removable as well. Let's see here. And it is. So he has a... I guess you could call it a necktie or a scarf, but here it is, and it's just some flexible plastic with a thin part so you can loop it around his neck. Very cool. Okay. Very well done. This figure moves very well. I like it. Alright, so here he is with the cape and tie off, or scarf. We'll call it a scarf for today's purposes. Very cool. Okay, so real quick here, let's run through his movements. So, wow. It almost feels like his neck is rubber. It has like rubbery movement to it. I just keep being more and more impressed with these Black Series figures. They do a really great job with them. So anyway, looking at his movements, you have side to side and up and down. And I don't know how well it comes across on camera, but on his neck, there's 2 points of articulation. There's a point here right below the hairline, and then a point here where his neck attaches to his shoulders. So dual articulation on the neck. Very nice. And so looking at his arms here, you have up and down movement and a rotational movement. And then at his elbows, you have up and down and a rotation as well. And you can rotate his wrists, and you have a little bit of up and down movement on him. Not a lot, because if you look really closely here, you'll see he has these big cuffs around his wrists on his shirt, so it's kind of restricting the movement a little bit. And if you look very closely there, you can see he's wearing a gold ring on his left hand right here, and my finger's out of focusing it. There we go. And you can see the ring on his hand here. And then if we look at his other hand, you'll see it's one thing I love about these Black Series figures. He's got his trigger finger out for the blaster pistol. And then looking at his body movement here, so you have in the middle of his chest, you have a rotational movement and an up and a back and forth movement. And then you have hip movements forward and backwards, and his leg will also rotate at the up here. And then you have a knee movement from back and forth, and that is it at the knee. And then you have a rotation on his ankle and an up and down on his ankle. And I already gotta say, I love the shoes they got him in. Very cool. And then also, if you look over here, you'll see he has a holster on his hip. And it's a little bit different than your typical holster where normally you would slide the gun in. If you look very closely, you can see it's a bunch of loops and clips. So you're going to slide the, looks like you're going to want to put the barrel in first. And then, oh, very interesting. His gun comes apart. Okay. Okay, so, okay, I'm having a little bit of a hard time with this holster. Okay, so we just by accident found something out about his blaster. So there you go. It is a pistol, and then the barrel has an extension to it. So you slide this little piece in, and I don't know if this is going to be a silencer or what, but there you go. His pistol has a removable barrel. Very cool. Okay, so I'm wondering if that has more to do with, yeah, it looks like when you put the gun in the holster, you need to do it without the barrel on it. So there you go. And you can see you have like a little clip that goes around the scope here, and you have another little clip that goes around the upper part of the barrel. And it looks like if you really wanted to force it, you could probably get that. There you go. It'll work with it on there, but I think it's going to be a little bit easier for everyone to use if you take the extended barrel off. But there you can see, and it looks like, and I'm not totally sure, the belt, the gun belt he's wearing is not attached to the figure. It's not molded to the figure. It's loose, but I do not see a way to disconnect it. So I don't know that you can remove it. No, it's actually glued to his leg. Okay. It's a little hard to see, but right here they have it glued to his leg. So you're not going to remove the gun belt if you wanted to do anything like that. So, unfortunately. Okay. So, let's see if we can get Lando Calrissian put all back together again. So we're going to start with his scarf, and to get this little scarf on, you're going to kind of move his head around a little bit to get it in between his collar and his neck. But it's not difficult to do. Very cool. I love the look on his face, like he don't give a F. Very cool. Okay, then of course you got the little cape, the Lando cape, and it just slides over top of his shoulders and sits there. Very cool. But to be completely honest with you, I want to check out, before we get that far, let's see how well he holds this pistol as well here. Very cool. And guys, I gotta tell you, this is one of my favorite features of these Black Series figures. If you look very closely at his finger, they have a trigger finger out, and it lines up with the, and I got it a little bit twisted there, but you guys get the point. You can see how the trigger finger lines up with the trigger guard on the gun. Very cool. I like it. All right, guys. There he is. The king of cool himself. This is Lando Calrissian, a 6-inch Black Series from the new Solo movie. And thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the content I create. And if you really like it, like the video, leave some comments. I really enjoy interacting with you guys, talking Star Wars. And if you really enjoy the content we're making, please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks. Bye.